I often thought about some of the verses in the Bible. If you have faith, you can move mountains. And I'm like, okay, I've not personally witnessed any mountains moving. It's either false, which I don't believe, or I don't get it. We were just an average family. We had 2 daughters. They're about 7 years apart. We're just regular folks. It was kind of a big shock from, oh, I think I might be having a baby, to, oh, I have this massive tumor. Normally, the chances of it being cancerous are almost nil. The doctor came out, said everything went just like it should. She'll heal up in a few days, have a nice life. Cancer is something that's physical in your body. So when I talked to the oncologist, or we heard the news, it's like, okay, you've seen it before. That strengthens my faith. I had more faith in the doctors than I did in God from a practical standpoint. I remember doing a test, an online test, of how's your stress level, and they said, well, have you experienced a loss? Have you experienced an illness? Have you moved? Have you started a new job? And I'm like, check. According to the test, I should be dead. It was an extremely stressful time. And my younger daughter was the only rock in the whole family. And we were so preoccupied with finding a house, the new job, the daughter with cancer, we didn't even pay attention. We missed it. Anorexia was not on the radar. It wasn't even part of our thought process. Anything that wasn't physical, if it was mental, it was a little taboo, and they didn't know what to do with it. They sent us to a dietitian who told her to drink lots of water and eat her vegetables. And they ran blood tests on her, and they said, well, everything's coming back great. We'll see you in the fall. It's not like, okay, if you have this cancer, here's what you do, A, B, C, D, E, that results in this, and you go on. I can't fix it. The doctors can't tell me how to fix it. Even the people that specialize in this have very vague answers. It's like walking on water. I mean, it's just, there's nothing there to grab onto for faith. I felt useless. We sat down and said, all right, we don't have the money, and we don't even know if it'll work. And we're going to put our daughter's mental health in the hands of strangers 2,000 miles away that we've never met. From the treatment center, the tallest mountain, and it's real rounded off in the distance, is Vulture Peak. I went up there and just started walking through the desert and thinking, talking to God. I'm like, I don't understand it. What do you want me to do? So we kind of fixated on Vulture Peak as this is the mountain of our eating disorder. This is the mountain of cancer. This is the mountain of faith. We asked if we could, as a family, try to climb the mountain. There were times in her treatment when standing up was off limits. They would take her in a golf cart because they did not want her to walk and burn off any calories, because that's part of the disorder. And they said, under the circumstances, since this has wormed its way into your therapy, the board will allow you to make a try. We're from the Midwest. We don't even have bumps, let alone mountains. So we didn't know. maybe we can't. We signed the trailhead in case we never returned. About halfway up, when I was looking back and could not see where I'd just been, I'm thinking, what am I doing up here? I could die up here. It's just, you slip and the rocks fall down kind of thing. And I thought, I don't know if I can make it back down. And I can remember standing on the summit and looking at the valley, and there was no mountains in that area taller than that. So we were looking down at absolutely everything. And I remember thinking at that moment, this mountain does not exist anymore. So contrary to what I believed before, God did not take the mountain out of my way like I'd expected or wanted, but through the process, he put the mountain under my feet. I never saw the reality of what was being said, that mountains can be thrown into the sea every day. This is the miracle. This is the beauty of faith. It's these hidden victories that aren't obvious. It's not on the 6 o'clock news, hey, this mountain was here, now it's in the ocean. But how huge and how powerful is that, and how like God is that? And kind of the irony of the whole thing was immediately after this revelation, I had to turn around and walk right back down the same mountain, in the same dirt, in the same ruts, with the same cancer victim, with the same eating disorder, through the same desert and back to the same treatment center. Nothing had changed except my faith. And you hear about mountaintop experiences, but they're not necessarily a helicopter ride. Sometimes it's just a nasty climb. And that is a huge gift from God. I'm not the same person. We don't have the same marriage that we had. We don't have the same family that we had. And, we all want to hear the story of, well, I came down and everything was wonderful and we all lived happily ever after. It's not happily ever after, but it is joyous ever